Hey guys, we're on an adventure with Nick and Rachel, and we bring you the best places to hike and explore in the Southeast and more. So if you're into that kind of thing, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more of our adventures. Today we're in the Quinault Rainforest, and we are doing the Falls Creek and Quinault Loop Trail. It's 1.9 miles out and back, and it starts right in front of the Quinault Lodge, which is a really cool thing to see. This trail is already beautiful so far, so let's go check it out. Here's one of the many local wildlife encounters we got to check off our list. We saw a Pacific banana slug. They are the second largest species of terrestrial slug in the world and can get up to almost 10 inches long. They can only be found in the Pacific coast of North America, hence their name. So Nick was able to cross off one of the animals on his wildlife list. While it wasn't a killer whale, it definitely was something. You've got to appreciate the small things. Speaking of the small things, what's a small creature that may not be the coolest or most popular that you are excited to see for the first time, or is on your bucket list to see? Let us know in the comments below.
So I think this might be the quietest out of all the hikes we've done. We haven't ran into anybody.
I like this.
Seems like everybody's at the lodge, just having a relaxing time at the lodge and not out hiking today.
It's crazy how we were just right beside the lodge, and now you can't really hear anything.
Yeah,
So
just birds and droplets of rain and the creek off in the distance. Now here's something running right here. There's a creek running under all these dead trees. Can't see it, I don't think, but yeah, a little bit. This sounds so peaceful. It's like, it's perfect. They pop up a hammock in here. Oh man.
This hike ended up being the only hike that we got to do in Quinault Rainforest. It was so beautiful and such a peaceful area. It's definitely somewhere we want to come back to.
So far we haven't seen no whale. All the seas have been pretty rough.
Yeah, and really foggy.
And really foggy. Or 15 to 17 foot waves or something. It was, we were out there on Alto Beach. Alto Beach, right?
Yeah.
And
Pretty big waves.
oh my gosh, those waves crashing up against that rock. We had, y'all didn't see it in the video, but we had to, I guess the tide came in. We were there, the tide was supposed to come in at 1, but there was also that storm, and it was coming in like a lot quicker, it seemed like. And we had to run back, and I basically...
Some spots where it was coming up all the way to the dead, like the driftwood, and so...
We had to like do some driftwood scrambling, or not driftwood, like drift trees.
Yeah.
They were huge. They were like the size of these things, these big old monsters. We were running on the rocks, and the ground wasn't level because it's off the beach, so the ground's like this way. And we were running like uneven, and my knee's already hurting, so I'm feeling it today. I got my knee brace on, and yeah, it was rough, but that was one of the most beautiful, peaceful hikes. You could just see and hear the power of those waves. It's just incredible. It was so peaceful. I wish I could have had like a hammock on the hill and just sat there and watched down, but man, it was awesome. If you never did a hike on the beach in the Pacific Northwest,
It's definitely something you have to do.
gotta do it.
So this is another really great example of a nurse log. You see how these trees are growing right on top of it?
And another couple 100 years. I don't know how long it takes for them trees to rot away, but I'd say another 50 to 75 years for that tree to disappear, then you're gonna be left with that just floating root like that.
We saw one in the Rainforest.
Really cool.
And those trees were like massive.
Way bigger than these two.
Huge. And so I guess it takes about that long for the tree to kind of decompose away.
It's gonna be, wow.
Like
Those trees will still be rotting when we're dead and gone.
Oh yeah.
More than likely. They'll still be sitting there. That's crazy to think that it takes that long for something like that to decompose.
Did you know that the Quinault Rainforest is a true natural wonder? It's one of the rarest ecosystems on Earth, a temperate rainforest. Unlike the more well-known tropical rainforests, temperate rainforests like this one are found in only a few regions globally. The Quinault Rainforest's lush green canopy, moss-draped trees, and abundant rainfall create an environment that's more akin to the jungles of the Amazon than the typical image of the American wilderness. Exploring this unique and diverse ecosystem is like stepping into a fairy tale. Also, another fun fact, the high rainfall and high humidity of the Great Smoky Mountains mean that many ecologists classify it as a true temperate rainforest as well. We sure do love us some rainforests, and we are glad to have one close to home that we get to visit often. If you guys are enjoying our Olympic National Park series, let us know in the comments below. And while you're there, tell us which national park we should visit next. Thank you guys for all the likes, comments, and shares of this series. It really helps our channel. I love hikes of all kinds, whether it's to a peak with an amazing overlook of the mountains, or a simple walk through the forest, or to a waterfall. But there's always something just so awe-inspiring hiking next to a rushing river. The sound and the power of the water is so calming yet invigorating. Numerous studies have shown that the sound of water, whether it's gentle waves lapping on the shore or the steady rush of a river, can cause a profound impact on our mental well-being. Researchers have found that exposure to these sounds can reduce stress hormone levels, lower anxiety, and even improve overall mood. Beyond stress reduction, water sounds have been linked to improved cognitive function. They can enhance concentration and creative thinking. Water sounds can also influence our mood. Many individuals report feeling happier and more content when they listen to water sounds. So it's like a double whammy being here in nature, breathing in the fresh air, and hearing the sounds of water. Relaxation mode activated. We are so glad we were able to come and experience Olympic National Park. We are definitely going to come back because there are some pros and cons to coming during the time that we did. We came in early April, so there were some locations that are must-sees that weren't open for the season yet, or too snowed in for us to experience the full beauty of, like Hurricane Ridge and Mount Storm King. However, if you come in the summer, there are a lot more crowds. But if you want to experience the iconic misty weather of the Pacific Northwest, summer has the lowest rainfall of the year, and April is definitely the time to come for that. So like any trip, you'll need to weigh your pros and cons. I think April was a good time to come, but I sure do want to have the chance to experience all the seasons here. So after this trail, we're gonna go eat in the Quinault Lodge. That was something that was recommended to us by one of our viewers. So thank you guys for recommending that. And I looked up a couple of fun facts about the lodge. So it was built in 1926 as a resort. And Roosevelt, FDR, he actually went and dined there in the 30s. So that's pretty cool. They've got the dining room is called the Roosevelt Room. So that's where we're gonna be eating lunch. And then during World War II, it was used as a war hospital, and then after the war, it was converted back into the resort, and the National Park Service purchased it in 1953 and made it a historic site.
Well, that's really neat.
Yeah, I like fun facts like that.
I cannot wait to get down there and get some food. I'm so hungry.
I saw that they have chowder, so.
Oh man.
That's if that could be his diet this whole trip, he's just eat nothing but
smoked salmon chowder is the best meal I've had here so far. Easy. Easy, hands down. What about you? That Chinese food was delicious at the market.
Oh, yes.
That was one of the best meals I've had.
That's by far my favorite.
But that smoked salmon chowder was just like on a whole nother level.
Well, I can't have it.
Oh, I'm sorry. She can't eat seafood. She got a seafood allergy.
I can eat seafood. I just can't eat shellfish.
Shellfish. You can't have like crab. That meal I had with the stuffed halibut with Dungeness crab and poblano jalapeno pepper sauce, or the sauce? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and over it with mashed potatoes and asparagus, and then they served that smoked salmon chowder along with the meal. Oh man, that was the best meal I've had. That was in the top 3 best meals I've ever had. It was so good.
The Quinault Lodge ended up being one of my favorite spots of the whole trip. It was so peaceful, and it just felt like you were stepping back into time. We got to sit and look out over the lawn and watch all kinds of birds and see a cloud come across the lake with the mountains right next to it. It was so mesmerizing, and they had a fire crackling. It was the most comfortable and cozy I've ever felt. Alright guys, that was the Falls Creek and Quinault Loop Trail. It was a beautiful, peaceful walk through the rainforest. You get beautiful views of the trees with like all the moss on it, all these ferns, and we got to see Cascade Falls and walk by the creek. It was a really great hike. It was super easy, but super peaceful. It's definitely something worth checking out. Thank you guys for joining us. If you like this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe so you don't miss out on anything. We look forward to seeing you on the next one.